Hey, today I'm going to show you three high-ticket sales systems that I've personally sold to multiple companies from $3,000 to $5,000. These are high-ticket systems that solve real business problems, unlike all these systems that you see online that don't really drive any revenue. First, I'm going to run them live in front of you. Then I'm going to tell you exactly what to say when you want to sell them. And at the end, I'm going to share with you my step-by-step delivery so you can deliver smoothly. So let's get into it. So I've sold these types of systems to companies from $2,000 all the way to $5,000. And I've also used these types of systems for myself when I was making around 40K a month. If you notice some of my older videos, I was in a different house, probably like a year ago. So around that time, I was building these kind of systems in Make.com, but now I transitioned into N8N. So I'm going to walk you through the systems in Make and also N8N. So you can essentially just plug and play and just use them in whatever platform you like. Okay, so essentially around that time, I would set up filters and VAs will drop in a search and it delivers clean, verified, personalized leads straight into our campaigns. Okay, and you're going to notice that these systems are going to automate real world business problems. Okay, it gives immediate ROI to the business. And this is a practice that I recommend you guys always do is whenever you're building something in N8N or like Make.com, always view it from the company's POV, not yours. And ask yourself, would a business use this? Would I use this? Would a business pay for this right now? Does it solve a painful problem? Take something like an AI proposal generator and think about it. Like most companies already have their proposal generators, they already built processes around them, they already trained their team. So they're not going to switch just because you slapped AI on it. So whenever you're building something, always view it from the lead's perspective, from the company that you're going to sell it to's perspective. Okay? So the first flow that I'm going to walk you guys through, or the first sales system, is the Apollo flow. Now I built this live in front of you. I'm going to leave you the live build in the description so you can just go ahead and build it from scratch. But I'm going to show you how it works right now. So essentially what you do is you paste in a search link into a form. Okay? We're just going to use Typeform. And then it finds leads for you, checks their emails to make sure they work, and then cleans up the company names, and AI reads through the company description and writes a laser targeted email just for them. Now, you might be thinking, Saad, okay, this sounds cool, but who to sell it to? Because that's the ultimate goal. You want to build a system to sell it, not just look at it, right? So you can essentially sell this to any B2B company that needs leads and prospects because it essentially just saves them hours of manual scraping and also list building. And also these messages are already personalized, okay? And also drops straight into their instantly campaign. So essentially their sales campaign can just start right away. And by the way, you can use this for your own company, to your own sales agency, because think about it. It's kind of like, let me give you an example. That's a cool example. Let's say you found a magic potion that lets you live forever. You use it on yourself, but at the same time, you can make a ton of money if you can sell samples of the same potion. So it's the same thing, right? So you have the system, it gets you leads, and those leads, you can sell it to them, right? So that's what I mean by building something predictable and reliable and consistent. Okay, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You use it for your own leads, so to get leads for your own company, and then you sell the same solution, same sales system to those companies, okay? Now, your positioning, because that's really important, because we know now who to sell it to, but what is our positioning? Well, essentially, you want to say, hey, first name, I built a system that can intro you to 10 ideal customers without spending a cent on ads. Now, if you notice, I'm not talking about the features of the system. I'm always talking about the outcomes. What are the outcomes that the system is going to get them? Well, obviously, it's going to get them introductions to ideal customers because it scrapes leads for them, enriches, finds their emails, and drops it to instantly for instant outreach. But we're not going to talk about this because they don't really care about the process. The process is boring for them. Okay, what they want is the outcome out of the system, which is the introductions to their ideal customers, because a lead is going to turn into a customer, hopefully for them. And then we say, I can run it for you or train your team completely hands off. Okay, so this is our offer. Is this worth a 10-minute chat this week? Okay, so this is the first system. Let me walk you guys through it. Okay. So we have this in N8N, it's called High Ticket Sales System Apollo Flow. We have essentially just like a wait for data from Typeform, run in the scraper, get in the data, filtering missing leads, combining the data, and when dropping everything into a standalone Apify sheet. Now, again, if you want to build this system from scratch, you can check out a video that I'm going to put in the description. So let's just go ahead and test this. So I'm just going to go to the form that I have. And this is the one. You can copy this design. I just make it extremely sexy with the space, etc. Fun fact, I used to be a space nerd when I was a kid. My dad actually got me like a really cool like telescope when I was a kid. Good times. So now, essentially, we're going to just put the search URL. For example, let's just pick like a search URL from our past searches in Apify. So I'm just going to go to Apify. If you're wondering what Apify is, essentially just like a marketplace for scrapers. So we're just gonna put like an Apollo lists in here, for example, and then let's go to runs, for example, this one, and then we're gonna go to input. So this is the list. So you build this in Apollo. If you're wondering what Apollo is, it's basically like a lead sourcing database, okay? So we're just gonna go back here and then we just paste this here, okay? And then let's go to the execution so we can actually see the results in real time, okay? So there we go. All right, so right now, let me just zoom in so you can see. Now I can essentially just type in how many leads are we scraping. So for instance, if you want to scrape 1,000, type 1,000 and so on. So I'm just gonna put 500, submit, and then I'm gonna notice that I'm gonna get a trigger here. So succeeded, there we go. So it's running. Now if we go to the Apollo, we have a running actor, right? So it's running and it's gonna get us basically 500 leads automatically, and it's gonna dump it into a Google Sheets. And at the end, we're gonna have a campaign here that's populated with the leads. It's called testing Apollo Flow. Okay, so if you go to leads, nothing is here, right? Nothing. Let's search again. Let's refresh. Nothing is here. Okay. So we're just gonna wait until the scraper finishes scraping. So we already at 200 and it's gonna stop at 500. And once that's done, it's gonna send it to the second flow, which is gonna be step 2. So once that's done, we're gonna get the data, filter the missing leads, combine the data, verify the emails, generate the personalization, clean up the company names, everything all together, and add everything to our Instantly campaign. So let's just wait. 300. So 500 done. Now, if we go back, it's gonna run again. So another one. So running. Okay. So running, and then it will show here once finished. So we're just gonna wait a little bit until this finishes, and we're good. All right, done. So everything got added. If we go to leads, okay, everything is added, as you can see here. The cool part is we have now all the variables, okay? And let me walk you guys through it. So I can just type in hey, and all the variables added, okay? Hey, first name. And I also have the company name cleaned, so BYL, and also get the personalization, and I also get every single thing, the website, etc. Everything is done here, okay? So as you can see here, we have all the copies ready, okay? So everything is good here. The entire leads, there we go. I keep scrolling. So the first one done. Now let's talk about the second system, which is the job flow, okay? Let's close all these tabs right here. All right. So essentially the system, same principle, with pasting a search link into a form. It's going to be LinkedIn jobs, okay? And it's going to scrape high intent leads, for example, companies hiring for sales or any jobs, okay? Like software engineer, etc. And then it's going to find their emails and it's going to clean up the company names, and AI is going to read through the job postings and write a laser-focused targeted email just for them. Now, who to sell it to? Well, obviously, you're going to have to sell it to recruitment agencies because think about it. Recruitment agencies' entire business model is basically placing candidates. Okay, they place candidates because the recruitment agency has candidates in-house, and they want to place these candidates in what? You guessed it, companies that are hiring because they need those candidates. And typically in LinkedIn or Wellfound or these platforms like Glassdoor, Indeed, it's companies that are basically posting jobs and hunting for candidates. So you can sell this to recruitment agencies because it gives them fresh job posts and emails every single day and lets them reach out first before the other recruiters. Now, the positioning, which is really important, you can say, hey, first name, I built a system that puts your ideal candidates in front of companies actively hiring. See, we're talking their language. We're not talking about leads, okay? Because for recruitment, their entire deal is placing ideal candidates in front of companies actively hiring. See, we're using their entire lingo, keywords that they use before other recruiters even see the role. So my tone here is very casual, very like chill, etc. This is what I recommend you guys always go for. It finds new jobs. New job posts daily, contacts the hiring manager, gets your candidates in early. So again, everything that I'm saying is just for them. I'm not talking about basically like, okay, it scrapes the leads and then if enriches them, nobody cares. Okay, and companies, like I said, they only care about the outcome. Okay, so everything is for you, gets your candidate early for you, etc. We can run it for you or train your team completely hands off. Is this worth a 10-minute chat this week? Okay, so we'll just go ahead and run it. All right. So same principle. Gonna go to this Typeform. I'm gonna leave you all these in the description down below. So job flow. Drop in a search and get clean high intent companies with verified email straight to your campaigns. So sounds good. Now let's just go ahead and build a list. For example, LinkedIn jobs. And then let's type in, for example, SDR. By the way, make sure to send me a connect and LinkedIn. I accept everyone. So we have 1200. So this is going to be an example. We can just copy this and then let's just go to Make. So this system is built in Make. So we can just exit this, save this immediately as data arrives, save this. Again, save this just for our sanity. Go back. Save this again, save, and then go back. So we can see it in the background, okay? So we can just paste this here, okay? And then let's just put, for example, 300. So right now we're gonna receive it here. There we go. So we ran the scraper. Let's go back here to our runs. We will see that we are running the LinkedIn jobs scraper. Okay, so it's gonna pull the data for us. It's gonna scrape 500 leads. It's gonna take a few more minutes because I believe I added scrape company details. Reason why I did this because sometimes these job postings would include the hiring manager, which is the persona that we want to talk to, right? He's the one who's actually working in that company. So 20, 24. So we put 300, I believe, or 500. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit until this finishes again. There we go. And then once the scraping is gonna be finished, well, same thing, we're just gonna catch it. So watch actor finished, get data from Apify, find the email, and then send data to Power, which is going to be our step 3. So this is gonna be Power. I just named this Power. Job step, let me remove this, let me make this better. So step 3, there we go. So once we finish that, just like I said, we have 2 flows. So if we have the hiring manager, then we're just going to straight up find the emails and then send it to the second flow. If you don't have the hiring manager, then we're just using like a Google search API, which is basically like just Googling the company name plus hiring manager, which is pretty cool. Again, I've built this multiple times in this channel. I'm going to link you the exact system build live. If you noticed here, we have structure full name because when we get the hiring manager's name, we get it from Google. So we just feed in the data to AI and then AI is going to read through the like a LinkedIn URL along with the headline, and it's gonna retrieve the full name. And then we're parsing the full name just because we want it in JSON. And then we're finding the email using any email finder. By the way, you can use any email enrichment platform that you want. I'm just using any email finder here. And then again, we're sending the data to Power. Once we receive the data in Power, we'll parsing the results, cleaning the job titles. Reason why we clean the job titles, because you're gonna find the companies post sales development a representative in Chicago, or like software engineer, React, all this stuff. Okay, we want just SDR, or like software engineer, etc. Okay. And then we're scraping the website. The reason why we're scraping the websites is because we want to get some additional data from the websites. We know like if they put their case studies there, like value proposition, and we're also generating the personalization after that. So essentially, we're just feeding the job posting along with the text scraped from their website, okay, for the ultimate outreach, what I like to call the dream email. And at the end, we generate the dream email from these variables, and then we add in everything to Instantly so we can start the outreach. Okay, so let's just go here. This is the jobs flow. So we have no leads, obviously, because this is still running. So 298. Okay, that was done. So now, boom, we're gonna receive it here. Check this out. There we go. So it's running in the background. And then, boom, we just received the second one, okay? There we go. We added the lead to Instantly, and it's gonna keep running. See? It's gonna keep running. Second one, generate personalization. So if we go to Instantly, we refresh, we add in all our leads slowly but surely, okay? Let's just refresh. So we have the first name. So let's just build our email. So hey, first name, and then what do we have? Personalization, yes. Oh, we have the entire copy. Yeah, I forgot, because we basically are generating the entire email. Yeah, check this out, because it's an entire email. Okay, so simply we can just put personalization here and preview. Hey Diane, congrats on your Series B raise. Impressive work navigating this tough funding climate. The traction you've built while staying capital efficient speaks volumes about your execution. So this level, like, check this out. Was looking for companies hiring. Notice you're hiring for a B2B sales rep. See, this is very human. So I believe it's like B2B. Let's check actually. So it was sales development representative, and now it is sales rep. Was looking companies hiring, and notice you're hiring for a sales rep. Let's go back. We have candidates ready to place, no cost unless you hire. So we can sell this to recruitment agencies. I mean, think about it. Like, who would write this, right? Congrats on your Series B raise. Like, this is very human. And by the way, you're going to notice that all the prompts are already plugged in the systems. And this is like very powerful prompts. As you can see, I mean, it's just obvious at this point. So let's just close all these tabs right now. And then let's just go ahead and walk you through the third system, okay? So this one, I essentially just built this probably a week ago to a friend. And this is a friend that runs a new startup. It's kind of like a content marketing agency. Now, I did not ask for money for this system. I just built it. And then I essentially just showed him how he would run it, hands off. I don't know if it's just me, but if someone is a friend, I get really uncomfortable charging them. Because I grew up like in a traditional family, and we really take like not charging someone who is pretty close very seriously. And this is something within my morals that I'm gonna keep doing until I die. Okay, so I can't just charge a friend. But let me walk you guys through it. So you paste again a search link into a form, so same principle, because we need a trigger. We need to send the data. And then it scrapes Facebook ads and also Facebook pages running ads. And it gets their emails, and AI reads through the ad copy and writes a laser focused targeted email just for them. Now, who to sell it to? That's a good question. Well, you could sell it to companies that sell to people running ads, okay? And then you can also sell it to marketing agencies, just because, like I said, like I built this for a friend that has a content agency. So essentially, these marketing agencies, they provide offer creative, CRO, funnels. You can also sell this to ad tech tools, for example, tracking, AI tools, automation. But if you really think about it, you can sell it to any company that wants to know if their competitors are running ads. So this system is going to scrape Facebook ads and shows who's spending on ads, okay? Now your positioning is going to be, hey, first name, I built a system that lands clients already spending on Facebook ads. So you're not pitching people who might need you. See the positioning here? See, this is a very, very clever copy. It finds live ads, contacts the decision maker, and positions your offer as a better alternative to what they're already running. See how it's very clarified? So this is a big mental model. Whenever you want to sell something, you want to explain it. It's kind of like how McDonald's managed to make billions of dollars, because the reason they were able to get money from investors is because they explained McDonald's better. If you confuse, you lose, okay? So we can run it for you or train your team completely hands off. Let me know. So let's go ahead and run it. So I'm just gonna go to workflows, and this is the one, add flow. Okay, so again, same thing. We have a Typeform trigger. So let's just go to this form again. It's called add flow. So drop in a search, you get clean, verified Facebook ads leads straight into your campaign. Okay, so let's just go to Facebook ads. So Facebook ads Meta. Not TikTok. Facebook ads library. Ad category, let's just put, for example, financial products and services. And then let's just put California. Okay, so this is basically your search. Okay, this is the search URL, just like you can do with Apollo or LinkedIn jobs. Okay, this is basically the list. This is the list URL, okay, or the leads URL. Now, let me walk you guys through how it works, because you might get overwhelmed when you download this, but let me just give you like a high level walkthrough. So essentially, we are having a trigger just like we have with the first two systems. And then we have something very cool. So essentially, we want to map the search URL. And then this is what we do next. We calculate 30 days ago. So we subtract from the date and we subscribe 30 days. So essentially, this system is going to run every 30 days. By the way, you can essentially just put 7 if you want, like every 7 days. Run every 7 days, gonna check, okay? And then it's gonna set the start date, okay? So start date as in basically the date that it's gonna scrape. And then it's gonna add a time range, okay? So what we want is every single 30 days or like 7 days, we check if we already have these records, okay? And then it's gonna scrape Facebook ads, catch the leads again, get the dataset items, remove the duplicates, and remove IG profiles, because we don't care about the IG profiles. We only care about companies running ads in Facebook. And then again, it's going to append or update the rows, basically add everything, just like we did with Apollo here. And then filter out already scraped, because if it's already scraped, it's already within our sheets. And then we have a code here. You can just copy it. You don't need to worry about code. And the reason it scrapes Facebook ads, because we're scraping now Facebook ads library. When you scrape Facebook ads library, you get the page URL, and then you can plug it to another scraper that scrapes that page. Okay, so it's like splitting the system. And then again, we're getting the data, append, getting the data again, filtering and looping and adding to instantly and updating the route. Okay, so I have a sheet here that you can just copy, NA10 Facebook ads. So Facebook ads NA10. What's the name actually? So it's NA10 Facebook ads scraper. Okay, so this is the one. NA10 Facebook ads scraper. Maybe I can just go to Drive. So okay, this is the one. So NA10 Facebook scraper. So there we go. So the end result is going to be something like this. We get the page ID, the page name, the email, phone, address, website, etc. So add flow, and then let's just go here, and then let's just go to filters. So we do not want 2018, we want 2025. Apply to filters. So this is like 30 days ago. Okay. Let's just copy this. Same thing, we're just going to paste this here. And then just because we don't want to wait a long time, just put 50. And there we go. So if I go to executions, same thing, I will see that I ran it. So there we go, August 19th. So that was running. That is running, right? Yeah, that is running. Okay, so if I go to runs again, Facebook ads library is running. There we go. It's done. We're gonna send it here. So we have an error here. What is the error that we have? Oh, check your credentials. So I need to, oh, yeah, I forgot to do one then. I forgot to update my Google, my Google account. Yes. So let me just do it again. You know why? Because I updated my account and N8, yeah, there's the reason why. So here's what you can do. So go to create new credential, sign in with Google. Make sure to do this when you download the system. So continue. There we go. I'm not gonna have that issue now. And then we have to update everything here to the second one. And then we gotta make sure we update everything. Okay, this is the one. Just so, oh, thank you, Rise. If you're wondering what Rise is, it's basically like a time tracker that allows me to focus on the high ROI tasks that I have during the day. So let's just do the same thing here. Let's double check again. Okay, account 2. Oh, we have 2 more. It's a good learning experience. Always double check. Okay, so let's just save this. And then let's just run it again. Paste. And then again, 50. Submit. And there we go. Succeeded. All right, awesome. So we're rerunning it again. If we go to runs, we have another run here that is running again. And then let's just go to our campaign that we have, which is ad flow. So again, we have no leads. And then once that's done, so scrape the request number of records. So let's see. So 50 done. So now we're not going to have that issue, obviously. So running. Nice. Succeeded. So let's go to runs. I think it's already running. The second one. Yeah, this is the second one. So as you can see, we're getting the emails using the scraper, which is pretty cool. So there we go. So let's go to analytics, leads, and then we added the leads here. So now we ran the systems, okay, you know who to sell it to, you know your positioning. Now you might be thinking, Saad, okay, now that I know my position, I know who to sell it to, well, who covers platform costs and how do I deliver this? So what I would recommend you guys do is always price your offer high enough to absorb platform costs and still profit. Because think about it. You want to sell this, right? You want to close fast and also own the outcome. Okay? Think about it logically. If you are talking to a prospect and you're asking them to sign up for 3 different tools before they even see the results, well, you're adding unnecessary friction. Okay? Thank you, Rise. Let's snooze you. So it's even like more steps, okay? So it's gonna hinder your ability to close, okay? And it's also more objections, more delays, etc. So what you want to do is basically price your offer high enough to absorb the platform costs. Basically, just cover the cost of the platforms, okay? And then just basically price it higher. For example, 3 to 4K, and you're still profitable. You're still making like 80% margin. Okay, so that's what I would recommend you guys always do. Now, I'm gonna walk you guys through the step-by-step delivery along with my SOP creation. Okay, so usually when you sell these systems hands off, we want to record a Loom video, which is basically like a system walkthrough. So you explain the system like you're training a teammate. Okay, so you want to show them the flow, the inputs equals the output, just like what I showed you right now. But always make sure to always double check, okay? Run the system live a couple times. So when you're showing that to them or like recording yourself, like it has to be no errors, okay? You never want to show the errors, okay? Because if you show the errors, well, now the client is going to be like, I feel uncomfortable, okay? And then you want to show the tools used and how the result is delivered. And then this is something that I do is I download the transcript, right? Because Loom auto generates the transcript. So I download the transcript, or like I simply just copy it and I feed it to ChatGPT. And I basically paste the full transcript in chunks and I say, turn this into an SOP with steps, tool links, and clear explanation for someone executing the system. And I always like soften the language. I say, written in 6th grade level, or like pretend this is for like a VA or junior team member. If you're wondering what does this looks like, let me just show you like the SOP documentation. So there we go. This is the one. So this is basically like an automated lead gen. This is the same thing that I showed you. Welcome, etc. And I give it like a Loom. This is like basically the tools, build a system, etc. This is all ChatGPT, by the way. And then I believe this is the video. Hey, how's it going, Ben? Yeah, so if you notice, this is like my old house. I was recording this at around 11 p.m. or something. Even my face was a little bit skinnier because around that time I was scaling my own company and I was like barely eating like once a day. Yeah, good times. And then we also have, also include the prompt engineering. The prompt engineering like prompt. So this is like the prompts. Yeah, why this prompt stands out, etc. And then I already have this step-by-step SOP. This is me building it, I believe. Hey Ben, hope you're doing well. I had a lot of fun building this sales system from scratch for you. So as you can see, like I always say this, hey, welcome X, Y, and Z. Had a lot of fun building this for you, etc. And this is the system. And we have starts here and then the step-by-step guide. It's like 40 minutes here and then the automated lead gen. And this is basically for anyone in their team. Okay. So for example, if they hire a new VA or something, they can just share this video with them. So this is blueprints and documentation. So I have start here, the prompts, the video, and also the transcript. Okay, so now how do we deliver this? How do we hand this system, etc., to our client, just like a 7-figure agency owner? Okay, so there we go. This is the email that I send. So I say, hey X, our sales system is ready. Click here. So this is basically the link to the Google Drive. I had a lot of fun working on this and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. 2 things, I recorded a fully detailed video breakdown on each step you need to scrape your own leads, platforms needed, along with a step-by-step guide on how to build your own sales system. You can use both documentation and training material. There's a technical section which covers how to modify the system if needed, and a more general system to show users on your team how to use it in practice. Also put together a comprehensive Google Doc just so you had something in both video and text formats. Tomorrow at 7 a.m., our campaign will launch. Tomorrow we'll start 30-day 5-book meetings. So this is basically, I also solved the outcome, which is basically the intros. Thanks again. Keep me posted if you need anything. And I also have the project here. Okay. So there we go, guys. Now you have the systems that are basically just plug and play. You also have the SOP documentation. I'm also going to include this email if you want to just copy it. Obviously, add your little color to it. Okay. So now the only thing you have to do is basically just get out there, take action, get clients, and print money. So I'll talk to you soon. Peace.